All right. Hello, knockouts. Tonya Tko here, and I'm going to give you all a few moments to come on in. Oh Lord, I got my suitcase behind me. I told you I'm still unpacking. So you all asked that we go live right now because there were still some things that you all wanted to talk about from that heinous, that boondoggle of a show we just came out of. So, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up the phone lines. How is my makeup is all messed up. Let me, you know what? Let me just fix that real quick. While everybody starts to come in, I want you to start getting, because listen, we're going to be talking about, you know what? You all know I'm not really all about the makeup. All right. So I wasn't really going to put anything on, but when I started looking at my bald face, I just want to get some eyebrows on. Okay, so listen. I want everybody to write down the phone number, and I want you to write down this phone number going forward because this is going to be the number that you will be calling in on. It is 323-488-3149, and that number is inside of the description of this video. Not the description, the title of this video. So we're going to be talking about the workhorse, the mule, and the jackass. We're coming off of the tail end of that video that we just watched, and I want to give an apology right off the bat. I want to apologize to everybody who saw me apologize, and I'm not really sure. I figured, you know, if there was some pain that she were experiencing as a result of the mule comment, that I feel sorry that that's the way she felt. But then I decided, nah, homie. I will never, and I'm happy that this happened when the video was small and my platform is still growing, because I know that I will never apologize again for something that I feel from my heart, even if it's the apology for how they took it or how they feel. I will never apologize again, ever, ever. Because I saw what happened, and I saw the way the broadcast turned once I did give a half-hearted as it was, or half-hearted as it was meant to be. I saw how things turned, because when people smell blood in the water, they want to jump down on what they perceive as weakness, and then other people started calling in, oh, you didn't apologize hard enough. Oh, you didn't this. Oh, you need to this. Oh, you were speaking shameful language. So listen, let me just get my eyeliner on. Listen, are you all ready? Are you all ready to call in? Are you guys ready to express yourself? The phone lines, it is 323-488-3149. I'm going to open up the computer in just a second. I just want to get my smoky eye on, and then we're going to go forward from there, because I appreciate all of your support. I'm glad that I sat down and watched that whole video. I see that I need to fix my internet issues. We were having some connectivity issues. As you know, I live off of the grid, and I am in a canyon. So listen, who's ready to call in? If you want to call in, let me see who's ready to call in. If you're ready to call in, put up the number 3. Put up the number 3 if you're ready to call in. If you are like, okay, I want to express myself. So basically what we're talking about is we're talking about that broadcast that we just did with the Harrell family, with the 9-month pregnant wife, and how I gave them a platform to come on and express themselves and clear up any misunderstandings that people may have had. And the bulk of what it is that they were doing was using my airwaves to be all cranky, and not really take advantage of the opportunity. All right, so the smoke is there. People talking about I don't like smoke. Baby, I cover my face in smoke. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me go get my, I don't have my thing for my cheek. Hold on. Because you know, I may not need foundation because my skin is so clear, but I do like to have the highlight. You see this thing right here? I realize that's what people be paying all that money for the contour on. They be paying that money to get that line right there from the cheekbones, baby. So let me just put, oh, look, you don't want none. You don't want none. You don't want none of that. No, no, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. It says 3, 2, oh God. You know what? It's like, you know when you type stuff and then the autocorrect just comes and just does whatever it wants to do? Let me fix that right now. I'm sorry, because it's 3149. It's 3149. So get ready, get ready. I'm getting ready to, oh, you want the smoke? You ain't ready for the smoke. You ain't ready for the smoke. You ain't ready. You okay? You know what? If you want the smoke, here, let me come get the smoke for you. Let me get the smoke for you. But first, let me put the gold on. I'm trying to fix the thing for the broadcast, and I'm having a hard time with my YouTube. Let me just go straight to my channel, view channel, because we're on a live video right now. Serve the barbecue. Oh, it does say 3249. That is no bueno. Let me edit video. 3249. That is no bueno. All right, so listen, get ready, get ready. Uh-oh. All right. Here we go. Let's get this edited. It's 3149. What's the purpose of putting it in the subject if it's going to be wrong? All right. I'm sorry. You know what? It's just that we just came off of the video, so I'm trying to fix this right now. We just came off of that video, so I wanted to jump on live real quick. 3149. So we got this 323-488-3149. Save changes. All right, perfect. All right, so y'all ain't ready for the smoke. Y'all ain't ready for the smoke. Yes, we just went live again. We're live right now. We're live right now, and y'all ain't ready. 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 Okay. Now you know how I get my face to glow. All right. If you say you're ready for the smoke, come on. You said you're ready for the smoke? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get the smoke. Let's get the smoke. You all said, okay, here's the smoke. Here is the smoke, people. Here's the smoke. There's the smoke. All right. You said you was ready. You said you was ready for the smoke. Okay. So come on. So come on. Let's jump into the topic. All right. Yes, you all are ready. You proved it. You proved it. Okay. Yes, so the smoke is here. Listen, don't let your lungs get hurt, because when I put on the smoky eye, the smoke goes all out. All right, so I got my radio ready. All right, let me get over to the phone lines right now, and let me get into our phone line for this show. All right, so who's going to be the first person? Start calling right now. Start calling right now, because I'm logging in. So we got Lena from Trinidad. All right, so I am logged in. All right, and the phone lines, let's end the do not disturb. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put something under my eyes hold on, let me get something. Hold on. Okay. All right. Oh, I just missed a call. Sorry about that. Sorry. Try again. Wait, hold on. Try again. I just missed it. Okay. Just getting started. Don't worry. As you see, I'm still trying to get my concealer and stuff on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so just give me 1 second. I just want to get this concealer on, because you know.
Oh, shoot.
Because I've been traveling a lot. I got the jet lag going, so I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta I'm doing it quick. Oh goodness, it's not blending. Okay, it's blending. Oh, look at that. You see the difference it makes? It just goes boom, bow. Okay, so what is your name?
I'm Kiki.
Hey, Kiki.
In Dallas.
Oh my Lord, did you see that boondoggle, that foolishness we just came off of the tail end of? Did you see that mess?
Yes, I saw. I saw the video and then I just saw the mess of the couple on there.
Okay.
I just, I couldn't understand the note. To me, it just seems like it's a lack of maturity. Maybe because I'm older,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm 43.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's 33 and she's like 23. So maybe it's just a whole
You
generational
know, you
thing.
would
But
think that, but that
yeah, so,
homeboy claims he's 27. So
okay, well, she's 27. So maybe
no.
it's a generational thing. But I just saw a lack of maturity. There's two things I didn't understand. Number one, I didn't understand an adult male going at a black woman about her hair or where she lives at or what. That just seems a bit, I don't know, feminine, very feminine to me for a
Yeah.
man to be going at a woman
Yeah.
like that. Like
Yeah.
it's disrespectful
Yeah.
and it's uncalled for. Like
Yeah.
to me, women do that. It was very catty.
Oh yes.
So I didn't like that.
Yes. You know what? There were a lot of people. I was receiving a lot. Oh, you know what? Let me turn off my AC so that you guys can hear better. Because I forgot that the central air was still on. So that should improve the sound a little bit. But you know what? I was receiving a lot of messages from people who were saying that they felt like he was not as masculine as he could have been. I was receiving a lot of messages about that.
Definitely. And she barely even talked. Like, I think I heard her say maybe three sentences, and I'm like, okay, does she not talk? Can she defend herself? I didn't understand that he was more of the aggressor, and she really didn't say too much of anything. And then the idea that you're going to agree to come on your show and you're giving them a platform to talk, which a lot of people don't have when things go viral.
Exactly.
Like, a lot of people just have to sit back and just take the mud and get slung at and get dragged through the internet.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people don't have the time to tell their side of the story. So the idea that you're on here and then
Yeah.
you want to squabble and bicker back and forth, I'm like, okay, stop bickering and just tell us answer the questions or say what you got to say. Instead, it seems like he just wanted to sit there and bicker with you. And then the thing about putting stuff on the internet, I tell people this all the time. Everything stays on the internet forever.
Yeah.
Even you may delete your post. Somebody has it and posted it and went viral. You don't know what's going to go viral and what's not going to go viral.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just like everybody wants self-validation in a Facebook group.
Yeah.
If you love your wife, you care about your wife, tell her. But to get on there and you expect people to be like, oh, well, he's such a wonderful husband because he loves his wife. But then when things go south and you don't get the validation or you get heat, then all of a sudden it's our business and it's our marriage. Okay, well then you need to keep your business and your marriage off of Facebook.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how people are going to take certain things that you say that may come across as innocent to you, but other people may perceive it in a whole different way, and then it goes viral. So you just got to take it how you take it. You know what I'm saying? Get off Facebook, delete your Facebook, look at your wife and be like, hey, honey, well, we ain't doing that no more, and just move on with your life. But the idea that people have to justify and validate themselves to everybody in the whole world is crazy to me. So that's all I had to say.
Yeah, well, thank you. We appreciate that, Kiki. All right. So you know what? We appreciate her calling in. The phone lines are open. So yeah, there were a lot of bizarre things that I saw happening as a result during that phone call. All right. So you are on the air live. Listen, you have to turn off your computer or whatever it is that's producing that feedback in the background. Okay, I'm gonna. All right.
I turned it off.
Okay, perfect. What's your name?
My name is Mercedes.
Mercedes, kind of like Mercedes?
Yes, just like that.
Okay, perfect. So what's your comment?
I found it was very sad for me to watch, because we as black women, we have gotten so in our minds that we're supposed to work like this.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that really bothers me is anytime you have anything to say about it, people are like, do you have a man?
Yeah.
Are you married?
Yeah.
That's irrelevant. I'm divorced. Now,
Yeah.
when I was married, I worked up until I had my baby.
Mm-hmm.
We worked together to make that happen for me to be able to stay home.
Okay.
We cut our bills. We doubled up on our car payments. We did that so that I could be able to stay home. And then my ex-husband, he took care of the bills and I took care of the home.
Okay.
I totally agree with you when you say that there is no 50-50 when a woman is birthing the children and keeping the home and paying half the bills. That's not 50-50.
No. Thank you. Thank you. And
So,
let me ask you all this, because I was typing in the comments, because the reason why we're live right now is because that show that we just did wasn't live. It was a premiere. I was live with you in the comments. So I was telling you all to listen for certain things, right? And did you all
mhm.
listen when I asked him what is it that he loves about his wife? Who can name the top two things, the first two things that he said he loved about his wife? Can you name them,
She
caller?
cooked.
No.
He said she cooked. No.
That wasn't the
Uh,
top two. That wasn't the top two. So M Lane inside the audience is getting close. Okay, so Aya Bell. Okay. Okay, love being me. So yes, so Butterfly and Aya Bell have the top two things. He loves that she keeps his doctor's appointments and keeps him in check and all of this stuff it makes him a better person. So all of the stuff that he
like
said
a
that
mother.
Lord of mercy, if that's how you want to put it. But it was like when you asked him, so basically, he put up a post talking about all the stuff that he loves about his wife. And the stuff that he loved about her was how strong she is. Let me ask people, I want you all to put up a number. I'm not going to tell you what number to put up. I want you to put up the number of how many times during that broadcast did you hear her say that he was strong. Put up the number of how many times you heard her say that. Please, I want to hear. Put up the number. Put up the number. Okay, so the numbers are coming in. How many times did you hear her say that?
0.
Exactly. So I can't even remember how many times he called her strong, but is it not a compliment for a man to be strong? It's like black women take on this trope of wanting to be strong. However, is that a compliment? Because if it's such a damn compliment, then why wasn't she complimenting him with the word strong? So listen, Mercedes, we appreciate you calling in. Was there anything else you wanted to say before you got off?
Yeah, I did. It's just that when he was talking about how strong she was, just this part you're saying, when he described what he loved about her, he
Mm-hmm.
didn't talk about her personality. He didn't talk about who she was. He talked about what she did for him
Mm-hmm.
as the things that he loved. And the things that he talked about were also very kind of domestic things, even though he was pumping her up for working, but that making appointments, cooking, keeping the house, those are all
Yeah.
domestic things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a what is it called? Like when it's like they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. They're
Yeah.
like, we want everything equal, but they still want June Cleaver
Yes.
and a super professional person. They want the whole thing. And another
Yes.
thing, I'm gonna go. I don't think that post was about her. I don't think that post was praising her. I think that post was stroking his own ego for having a woman to do all that stuff for him. That post was for him to get that from other men. Because look at the woman I got. She does all this stuff.
And nine
I
months
don't think it had
pregnant with
anything to do.
twins.
Right. I don't think it had anything to do
Ah.
with her. It was about him. Look what I got. Look what kind of woman I got. I got her cooking, cleaning, working, and you see what I'm saying? I didn't see it as like my wife is great. It was like I'm great because I have a wife like this.
Ah, how interesting. Well, Mercedes, thank you so much for that point of
Thank
view.
you.
Okay. Wow. Well, what do we have here? So yeah, so pumping up himself. Look at the wife I got. 9.5 months pregnant, twins, and able to do all of this. So yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that. For real, I feel that. So phone lines are open. Come on and call in. And if you saw that brouhaha that we were involved in for the past 2 hours, go on and put your phone call in right now. So I see that there are a bunch of calls that are trying to come through. So just listen, we Just cálmense. For some reason, there's a bunch of calls that's trying to come through. They're not. Hold on. Let's see what's happening. They're not coming through for some reason. Like I see, there's a bunch of calls that's trying to come through, but they're getting stuck. So I don't know why the calls are getting stuck, but because I see them trying to come through, but they're just not coming through. Let me make sure. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why why they're not coming through. Let's see. Let me refresh this page. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to refresh and see. All right. So it looks like we're reconnected again. All right. Try now because I see a bunch of calls trying to come through. Yeah, still, because I see they're like coming back to back to back, back to back. But they're like coming in so fast that none of them are coming through. And I don't know why. Let me disconnect from the Bluetooth and see if they'll come through once I disconnect from the Bluetooth. Because I see them. I see that you all are trying. There's a lot of calls. All right, so I've disconnected from the Bluetooth. Let me see if that will allow the calls to come through. It's not allowing them to come through. I don't know what to say. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. What's happening? I don't know why the calls are not coming through. So let me try calling this number. I'm gonna try calling someone. Since this is a call that just came through, I'm gonna try calling you.
Hello?
Hey, it's Tonya. You're on the air live because for some reason the calls are.
Oh my God! I can't believe I got through. You have a phenomenal.
Hold on. No, you didn't even get through. I had to call you.
I'm so glad you called me. So my name is Iris Houston, and I am actually from New York by way of the DMV area. I just finished my master's in Africana Women's Studies. I am a Black woman. I thought that I knew everything I needed to know about Black people because I was Black. And once I started studying and doing research, no, I did not. And so what I'm here to say is, a lot of times when people, when they lack the knowledge, they get offended. So he didn't understand, like that, when you spoke about the mule, that is by our ancestor Zora Neale Hurston, who said the Black women are the mules of the earth. And so what you meant and what I understood from that, from studying about myself, is that we carry the burden of everyone. I am a 59-year-old woman, a mother of 4 sons that I have raised alone, thinking I can do it by myself. Yeah. I can do this. I can do this. And what happens to us is that after so many years of doing that, we are resilient people. Yes. But after so many years of doing that, by the time you get to your 40s, my love, or 50s, you start losing your hair. Yes. You start developing all of these illnesses. And when you're young, because you have that melanin and because you have certain things to your advantage, being a melanated person, yes, you are able to do all these things. Yes. I remember when my son got married to his Hispanic girlfriend. Yes. And I was first very angry about it, but then once I got over that, I remember her saying, "I can't do this." I used to be so angry when she would say she couldn't, take care of the kids. And then it dawned on me, why should she? Why should she have to do all those things? And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at both of them operate through my own lens of being told, this is what you do. You get in the kitchen. This is the slave mentality. And we really have to break this. We deserve the better things in life. We really do. And if we don't, the problem is that we haven't had the respite. We haven't had the opportunity because from the time we're in the womb, yes, once we get out, we're working. It's like we don't even have our children don't even have time to enjoy childhood because people are saying you're spoiling them. You're spoiling. Now there's a difference between discipline and love. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we just don't understand it because, quite frankly, we're treated so harshly in this society, and we need to understand and look at. We don't need to look really at other people to learn, but we need to learn ourselves and learn that
Yes.
we're only human beings. That woman, that young lady, because he seems to be older than her, the reason why he's resting in his femininity is because she's taking on the masculinity. And this is
Yes.
exactly what happens. I have gone to school and worked and took care of the kids. And I did it. I ran up and down the highway. I did all these things. And now I'm tired. I am
Yes.
tired, and my body is tired. And unfortunately, we learn when it's too late. When
Yes.
we get 40 and we start losing our hair, we can't understand, and they say, "Oh, this is an autoimmune disease. Oh, this is it. Oh, this runs in my family." No, love, it doesn't run in your family. It's what you've done. It's the aggregated amount of harsh treatment that you have done to your body. And this is the reason also with our minds why we're so disconnected. And the other thing, and I don't want to just keep running, but the other thing about us is that we've
Yeah.
got to learn, myself included, to be able to take constructive criticism.
Yeah.
This is the only way that we can learn. You're not always right. Sometimes you have to be quiet and learn. You may not like what's being told to you, but believe me, within that information that's being told to you, there's something of value that you can take from it. Maybe not at that time, but later on. And
But
you
then let me
thank the
ask you
person
this
that you
question.
get
Let me ask you
information
this.
that you don't like.
Yeah, hold on. Let me ask you this question though. All right. So
Okay, hold
how?
on 1 second.
All
Hold on.
right.
Okay, hold on. Put you on speaker. Okay, what is the question? I'm sorry.
The question is, how do we know the difference between what is constructive criticism or somebody overreaching, overstepping, or even hating or trying to control? So how do we
It's
know?
it is maturity, and unfortunately, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not talking. You're talking.
Okay, it's just that I just had an echo. So it's maturity, and unfortunately for us, because we don't get the opportunity to go through life normal, because we've got all of these microaggressions by with white supremacy, even with our own people. We're not even kind to each other. We don't get to relax and to grow in a natural environment. Everything for us is hostile, not just for the black woman. I speak about the black woman because I am a black woman, but it seems to be an aggression against women overall. Like it's just this hate, but everybody want to be a woman, and I'm just trying to understand where, when, and how we're going to be able to take all these lessons from our ancestors and kind of try to apply it to our lives. It's just maturity.
Yeah,
And
well,
you
let me
gotta go through things.
let me ask you this question, because there are people who constantly come to me saying that they're giving me constructive criticism, right? And I don't listen to them.
See, when we talk about, okay, so when we talk about constructive criticism, you can agree not to, we can both agree, not that we don't agree on something. So we know what constructive criticism is. We know in our heart of hearts, and we know when we're being triggered. There's a difference between when you're triggered, and constructive criticism. You know it. You know when you're emotional. When you're starting to get emotional, come on, man. You're not being able to take what's being said to you. When you can sit there and handle what's being said to you, you may not like it, but handle it. You know what I'm saying? And then respond, not react to a situation. Then now we're making some leeway.
Okay.
But you've got to really look at this, and we're talking about people's health, our mental health. We are dying in these streets, and we're losing on every level.
Yeah, but
When
you
are
know
we
what?
going
But
to
listen,
when are we going to
okay,
listen?
listen.
When will you
Well,
listen?
hold on, listen. I'm trying to get to the root of this, because when I read this book, The Art of, damn it, what was the name of this book? It was by Robert Greene. He wrote The Art of Seduction. He wrote another book. I think it was called The Art of Power or something like that. So when I read one of his books, right? Because I read them both back to back, so I got them confused right now. in one of his chapters, he talked about how, okay, 48 laws of power. So in
Right.
one of his books, he talked about how if you want to manipulate a person, right, you get them to trust your point of view, and then you start
Mm-hmm.
criticizing them and giving them quote unquote constructive criticism. And because they
Yeah.
trust your point of view, they will then try really hard to please you because they're like, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
had this person's favor
Yes.
before. So when you say that we don't know how to listen to constructive criticism, I wanna get your point of view about, you say that we know when the criticism is constructive, but do we really know? Do we really know what needs to happen on the inside of us? What needs to be present in that relationship in order for us to
Humility.
know? Okay, go ahead.
Humility. You have to be humble, and then so what people do is they start throwing out religion. You start throwing about Christ and this and that when
Hold
you
on,
need to
hold
really
on.
study about that.
Yes,
People
let's
need to really do
yeah,
their
let's
study, and then they not like what they find.
right. So
You
let's stick to the subject because I really want to get to the bottom of the constructive criticism part. And if you can't answer it, that's cool because I want us to be able to keep the calls rotating anyway. But how do we know when we should listen versus when we need to tune people out?
That's an internal thing, and perhaps I can't give you the question, the answer that you need, but I know that humility needs to take place. You know what I'm saying? I know you need to be open and receptive in order to be able to receive information. Now, and in your heart of hearts, the truth is within yourself, and but you have to be willing and open to learn. You have to want to receive information.
Okay.
And if you're not there, that's it. So
Okay.
you can take the next call. I just wanted to get that in because we really got to
Yeah.
help ourselves here.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you. We really appreciate you calling in. All right. So, phone lines are open for the next caller. Let me see if there are any calls that are able to come through. So, the part of the reason that kind of stuck out to me a little bit is because I do not listen to people's quote unquote constructive criticism. I do not. All right. You are on the air live with Tonya. What's your name? Okay, listen, babe. When you guys call in, I need for you all to have your phone or whatever turned off. Soon as you hear my voice, you know you're on live. So you are. Oops, I hung up on the person by mistake. Sorry. Sorry, I hung up on you. I'm gonna try calling you right back. Sorry about that.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Oh, is that how it is? My call has been forwarded to voicemail. All right. So there's another number that's trying, but I really want to get the person who was able to get through. Let's see. So this call has been trying to come through. We're gonna give you a call. 22334. Answer your phone. All right, you are on the air live with Tonya.
Hi, I am so happy that I'm on the air with you.
Welcome on to. So right now we're talking.
This is Bettina Patton.
Hey, Bettina, how are you? All right, so we're
I
talking.
am excellent, but I am Let me just tell you a story, and this is about me.
Okay, we
I've
gotta
been
make the
married
story
3 times.
quick. Okay.
Yeah, of course. I've been married 3 times. Okay. I'm just gonna go by my last husband, which this guy reminds me of so much. And the reason why he reminds me of my last husband is because I was into all of that church stuff. I was, in the choir, and he was the choir director. And till I caught him in my house having sex with his sister's boyfriend.
Excuse me? Hold on. I think I missed something. What?
I caught my last husband having sex with his sister's boyfriend.
Oh, I did hear you right the first time. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you did hear me right.
All right.
And the way he was rolling his eyes and doing all of the stuff that he was doing, something's not right with that.
Yeah. When
That situation, go ahead.
yeah, no, when I watched the broadcast, so like when I was in the broadcast, I was really in the broadcast. But when I watched it with you all on the premiere, all of that was a bit much. That was a lot.
He's very effeminate.
Yes.
He was prior to him meeting her, he was out there doing stuff he wasn't supposed to do. And that's what my husband did to me, made me feel like you're not saved and you're not this and you're not that. But what were you doing?
Oh, my.
I believe that church may have got them together to perhaps get members in based on the fact, well, you too can be delivered. Single mom, an ex-gay, they can have a baby and make the American dream come true, but it's not coming true.
Oh, wow.
Based on his actions.
All
based
right.
on how he talked to you. And you said nothing to ne'er one of them that would allow him to treat you the way that he did.
Well, you know what? Let's explore that. Let's explore that because, and you know what? So there's somebody inside of the comments that's asking whether or not I feel that I know everything and I feel that there's no room for improvement, et cetera, et cetera. And somebody else commented in the comments. I didn't see your name, but they said, constructive criticism equal unsolicited advice. And I'm a content creator. I have a lot of people that come to me trying to give me constructive criticism. And I
don't take it.
So now you're saying don't take
go
it.
Go by what's inside of you. We all get that little tingle.
Right.
We all get
hold on. So hold on, Bettina. Hold on. Because this was a question. The only reason I was mentioning that is because I wanted to get to the question. Because if there are some things that I want to know, I do ask. You on the phone, and since you all are watching, because this broadcast is live, I want to ask you, right? Because you said that there was nothing that I did that would have cause for that man to speak to me that way. So my question is, there were some things that I said in the broadcast about his wife's maternity clothes, and he had a big belly, and there were some other things that I said. So in listening, so you watched the first video, right?
Yes, I did, the whole thing.
Okay, and so you felt that there was nothing in there that would have made a couple defensive.
No, because he said it himself, the reason why he has it because they eat out all the time. They didn't answer the question based on why she didn't have maternity clothes on, and they were not smiling in the picture.
Okay. They were smiling in the picture. They had on big smiles.
I didn't see no smiles.
You did. Hold on. Let's pull up the picture now. I'm going to pull up the picture. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up.
He was smiling. She wasn't.
Hold on. I'm going to pull up the picture. Oh, Lord have mercy. You're too much. I want to find the picture, but I don't remember who sent it to me. Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. Because, I saved the original post, but then before I could even do anything, the post was deleted. The man deleted the post. Okay, so here. So we're going to show the picture. We're going to show their pictures, right? Okay. And so you all can tell me whether or not you see a smile. Let's see. So this is the picture of the couple. Do you see smiles? So that's the first picture right there, and that's the second picture. Do you see smiles?
In the first one, yeah. But when she was by herself, she looked like maybe the sun was in her eyes or something.
Okay. So you feel that even with all of the criticisms that I gave, that there was nothing in there for him to try to talk about bull head on the side and RV, this, that, and the other.
Girl, you are beautiful.
Oh,
you
yes.
are smart.
Yes.
And you give us so much.
Yes, say it. Keep talking, Patty.
And just the way his demeanor was, I know that effeminate, rolling the eyes. That's not a man. Men don't do that.
Okay.
Said what he had to say, and then let you two as women speak about what y'all wanted to speak about. Then they were trying to make it seem like, oh, well, you're not saved. Saved by who?
The bell. Was it a show from the 80s?
Yeah. He must be Mr. Bell the
You're so funny.
filled with the Holy Ghost. What ghost are you filled with?
Okay, well
He
listen.
ain't filled with nothing.
We might be filled with something.
She
Didn't you
is
say?
a work mule or workhorse or whatever you call her. She's all of those things, and you can tell it by the way she looks. She don't look healthy for her age. You look way better than her.
Oh Lord, now you going hard. Lord of mercy. The
I'm
parents.
going hard because you gave them a platform and they used it to try to disrespect you instead of saying what needed to be said. Because as you stated, it was something in them that felt some sort of way. That's why they couldn't speak on it. He
Yeah.
said his belly was big because they eat out all the time. How is that healthy? Pregnant women ain't supposed to eat out at all.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You said he ain't filled with nothing. He may just be. Didn't you say he looked like he was rolling around before he got into that marriage? So we don't know what was filling him up. You so ignorant.
Yeah,
Listen.
she gonna find out what's gonna be filling him up. He ain't
Listen.
only delivering packages. I tell you that much. I know, like the last caller said, from experience and maturity.
Really? Oh Lord. Now this is the speculation. Bettina, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much. Oh Lord, Kay said he's
You
accepting
welcome, love.
packages. Lord have mercy. You all out here nasty. You nasty. All right, phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. And the calls are coming in back to back. Your computer's turned down and that your volume is up high. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Mildred.
Hi, Mildred. Okay, so what is your comment?
Here's the thing. It's like I understood everything it is that you were saying because, like, my older sister, she was in a predicament where she was with a scumbag guy where she worked 2 jobs while she was pregnant, and he was not doing anything, just worried about her. So I see your aspect on that. However, I understood the Harold because I'm currently 8 months pregnant now, and if I was able to, I would work 40 hours a week as well. And it's not because my husband, can't provide because he makes 40,000 a year, but it would be my choice to work 40 hours a week if I could, just to have the extra income. And I feel like, they do have a reason to be upset. Like the husband, it's like he probably felt disrespected because of like how you were saying his wife is a work mule and all that stuff. So he felt like you were calling him out, like he's not doing anything. But then again, like the previous caller said, he should have just addressed that respectfully in the platform. But it's just that his emotions took over.
Which state are you? Well, are you okay? You know what? What is the cost of living in your state? Because I don't want you to tell your state.
Oh man, so man, mine in Florida is very expensive, very expensive. So it's
Okay.
like, and not to mention, this is our first child. So it wouldn't be no case where if I was able to work, it's like I have to work 40 hours a week because we have other kids and all that stuff. No, it's just currently me and my husband. This is our first child. But it's like if I was able to work, 40 hours a week and stuff, I would have done it. Not to mention I currently work at a Starbucks, which is, better, which is worse than the Herald woman because she works at home and I work at Starbucks as a shift and it's a lot. I mean, if I was able
Okay.
to work 40 hours a week, I
Hold
would.
on. Okay.
Even though
So
my husband wouldn't want me
yeah,
to, but
yeah. Let's
I would do it just out of like,
yeah. Let's. There's a lot of stuff to unpack. Mildred. Let's go back a little bit because you called in because you felt like there were some things that I said that were not very nice to the Harold couple, right? And then you start mentioning that you are 8 months pregnant and that you're working and that you wish that you could work full time, but you also say that you said your husband, right?
yeah.
You said your husband makes $40,000 a year and that would be enough to support you, him, and a child in Florida?
Mhm.
I thought you said it's expensive where you live.
Yeah, it is expensive. Like I'm comparing Florida, like Miami, Florida, to like place like Texas and stuff. Because it's like it's doable. It's expensive, but it's doable. It's overpriced. I should say it's overpriced. But 40,000 a year, he can support me, the new baby, and himself. He could do it, but it's just that it's like, excuse me.
I'm
But if I was
looking.
able to, just to have the extra money,
Yeah.
I
So
would do it.
so see, okay, there's a lot going. I just googled it. It says the median household income in Florida is $52,000 as of 2017. So $40,000 is still beneath the median income. So let's talk about, because I'm getting the feeling that part of the reason that you're calling in is because you took offense to me talking about her working until her ninth month, and you saying that if you could, you would work full time, you would work 40 hours, and then you misheard what they said. She's pregnant with twins, first of all. She was working 40 hours a week at her job, and she started having contractions. And that is the reason why 2 weeks ago, her and her boss talked about her being able to work from home. Otherwise, she would have still been working at the job. So now you're saying that you would want, and first of all, a Starbucks job, you're on your feet all day.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this question. How has pregnancy been for you, Mildred? How has it been? It's been a smooth sail ride, or it's been kind of bumpy?
No, luckily for me, it's been smooth. It's
Okay.
been smooth. I'm only pregnant with one too, so that's why it's like I understand your aspect also. And then going back to what you were saying with the salary in Florida, and of course, it depends on where you live. Like for instance, like where I live at, in is nowhere. It's basically like nowhere not too expensive, but it's like basically middle class. And because, again, like me and my husband only have, this is our first kid. So it's like, it's not really so much for us to spend on. So that's why it's doable for us. And then, what I was going to say, with the Starbucks, yes, being on my feet all day, it's not fun. However, though, with the Starbucks, the shifts are very short. They're not 8 hour shifts. The most hours I do a day is do six. So that's another thing, too.
So let me ask you this question. What is the reason that you wish that that you could work full time? Why? Why do you wish you could work full
Because
time?
just to have extra money, because
Okay.
cause we're still young, so and just getting established to save up for a
Okay.
house, or more
Okay.
importantly, to spoil my first kid. That's
Okay.
it.
So I'm going to repeat back to you what it is that I'm hearing. What I'm hearing from you is that the reason why you wish that you could work more is so that you could make more money to be able to spend on the child, which means that if you all had more money, you would not be wishing to work to make more money. That's what I'm hearing.
No, it's not that. It's just basically. Let me just be honestly frank. It's just me being greedy. To be honest with you, it's not because I have to. It's just me being greedy. It's just that's how I was raised. That's how my mom, independent, always been a hustler. It's just like to make my own money. And by having the extra income, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, we can have regular amount of money to get our kids stuff and whatever. But it's like, why not have more money? So it's just me on
Okay.
the aspect. It's just me being greedy, to be honest with you.
Okay. And then so I hope you hear what it is that you're saying. How old are you, by the way?
26.
You're how old?
26.
Okay, so you're the same age as the Harrell wife that we were talking to. Also, I just did a Google search, and it says that the median rent in Florida is $1,300 for a two-bedroom apartment. And
Yeah,
that's,
we don't have no bedroom. Mm-mm.
you don't have a two-bedroom. You know,
Mm-mm.
listen, I was very nice on yesterday's broadcast because, because I was talking to people who don't know me, right? You're one of my knockouts, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And I want you to take some time to keep it real with yourself, because if you're gonna call into my airwaves, the least that you could do is keep it real with yourself. You know, you're putting yourself at risk in order to be able to make more money. And part of the reason that you're putting yourself at risk is because you don't want to rest, and you don't want to allow yourself the ability to rest. So that you want to work yourself like a horse, so that you could be able to make some more money, so that your child can have some more material things, or whatever it is that you said that you want to spoil your child with. But you know what really spoils a child? A healthy mother. A mother who is not stressed out and haggard. That really spoils a child.
I completely agree. You sound like my older sisters. It's just that's just me. But I don't work 40 hours a week though. I only work
But you said that
unfortunately
you wish
20
that you
hours a week.
could. And I don't know what else to say. I appreciate you calling in, but you know what? Keep it real with yourself. Because if your husband was making $100,000 a year, you wouldn't be wishing to stand up on your feet making lattes all day. You wouldn't desire that. Going around getting people cronuts. You wouldn't desire that. Having people with all their bacteria mouth in the morning hollering over the damn counters at you all. You wouldn't desire that. All right? So,
Yeah, but it's only temporary though, because the only reason why I still ended up being a subscriber to my pregnancy is because, like, while I was working there, I just graduated a couple of months ago. So it's only a temporary job. I'm gonna be out of it.
I
I
hear
just stayed
you.
there because I couldn't get hired anywhere else because I was already pregnant.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much
All right.
for calling in.
No, thank you.
All
Have a
right.
good night.
Okay. Good night. Okay. The phone lines are, and you know what? And I'll say this to anybody who is thinking about calling in, right? If you feel hurt by something that I said, if you feel hurt by something that was indicated, look within yourself, because if you're feeling triggered, there's a reason why you're feeling triggered. There's some healing that needs to take place there. You were on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, my name's a Daisy.
Hiya, Daisy. Is it a Daisy or a Daisy?
It's a daisy, like
Okay.
a flower.
Oh, okay. Okay, a Daisy.
Yes. I just want to send a prayer to Mildred. I feel so sorry for her. Um, her predicament is very sad. Her mindset is very sad, and I really need her to level up on that mindset. That's number one. Okay, so with that couple, I'm 22. Okay, and I don't understand. I'm Nigerian, and my people have raised us to never, ever settle for any type of nonsense like that, because that is not someone that loves you. I don't understand how you can be pregnant, twins. You have a 5-year old. You're in school full time, and you think it's okay for you to be working full time, and a man allowing you to do that. It just shows so low, like such low self esteem, and I don't understand, because I want to do what you do. I want to help women like you do, because self love is is vacant in the Black community. It's sad
Yeah,
how
but you know
vacant it is,
what?
and
Hold on,
and
hold
this
on,
stuff
hold
like
on.
this.
Hold on. You know, one of the greatest things that we do when it comes to helping people is holding space. And when we enter into the conversation, talking about, I feel sorry for you, you need to level up, you need to this, you need to that, you then put the person on the defensive. So how do you think Mildred is feeling now in the comments, hearing about, how you feel sorry for her, etc., right?
Well, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to be rude or anything, but I really want, because I sending love. Like, I really am sending love. I care deeply for everybody.
Right. And you know
And
what?
this right.
And so listen, one of the biggest ways that we and you know what, I'm telling you this as a trained life
Mhm.
coach, right? One of the biggest ways that we assist people and that we really send love out there. Like if your purpose and your goal is to send love, then the first thing that
Mhm.
you do is you realize that your crap stinks, that you're not perfect, that there are ways that you self abuse. So let's talk about
Mhm.
you. You said your name is a Daisy, right? So in what ways do
Mhm.
you self abuse? Let's talk about that. Give me 3 different ways that you self abuse.
That I self improve.
Abuse.
Oh, self abuse. I don't know. I'm a self improvement enthusiast.
Right. Well, you
So
know
I
what?
do.
Listen, why don't you do this? Come back and talk to me when you can name 3 ways that you self abuse. Because if you can't think of the ways that you self abuse, you can't really help another person because there's a disconnect.
Okay.
Because you think that you and this other person are so far that there's a sea between you all, that there, and you can't really
Right.
understand why a person is self-abusing, why a person is not quote
Mhm.
unquote leveling up, when you yourself
Right.
self-abuse, when you yourself are not leveled up in all areas, when you yourself
Mhm.
self-sabotage. You know what I mean? So come back to
Mhm.
me when you can think of 3 ways. You can contact me on my website, you can contact me on Instagram, you can also
Mhm.
contact me on Facebook. All right, so come back to me when you think
Okay.
of 3 ways that you self-abuse, a Daisy. Thank you for calling in. All right, so phone lines are open. It's a matter of chance now who gets through because these calls are coming in back to back. There are 500 people on this broadcast. Go ahead and thumbs up the video. You were on the air live with Tonya.
Oh, what's up?
Hey, what's your name?
I got through.
Yeah.
My name is Quay.
Hey, Quay, how are you?
Oh, I need your show. I listen to your show every day.
I can't hear you, Mama. You gotta get it's muffled. You gotta get it
Oh,
unmuffled.
I'm sorry. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. No, I was saying that I listen to your show every day. I love you so much.
You're so sweet. I love you too, Mama. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. Thank you for answering. I just wanted to say that I'm 31 years old,
Uh-huh.
and I see this going on around me everywhere. Like, I have a full-time job. I'm a single mother and all that stuff, and I choose to be a single person because I just don't have time for the drama. But
Okay.
anyway, back to the subject at hand. I work with a girl who's currently pregnant. She's about to go on maternity leave. And this girl has been busting her ass at work so much, trying to make sure that she's straight when she go on maternity leave to have money. That this girl had, the ambulance had to come to our job because she had a blood clot in her lungs. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like it's like we really literally out here killing ourselves just to make it. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
just disgusting. And she's younger than me. This girl's 27 years old with a blood clot in her lung because she worried about uh taking care of herself and the daughter that she already got. And this dude out taking trips at Vegas and living his best life, don't give a damn about what she got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
And
you know what?
it's just hmm
Yeah. You know what? Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. You know what? I wanna how do we, let's see, because you know what, I think that because I, as the person who leads this channel, I think that maybe I may have failed you all a little bit. I may have failed you all because when I make videos as teachable moments for us in our own lives. And so this is why there's so many people who are triggered, because there are a lot of these things that apply to our own lives. And that's when you know that there's some healing that needs to take place there. Give me one second. I'm going to start answering the phone calls in just another moment, right? what I would love to do is I would love to talk about us. You know what I mean? I would love to talk about what's going on in our lives. We're having this broadcast because we just came off of a premiere where I had done a video with the couple that we had done a video about, right? One thing that I don't want to do, and it's very nuanced. It's very nuanced, right? It's very nuanced because this is not a bashing session like we want to bash, oh, this is why I'm single or whatever, right? It's not about one being better than the other or us being better than anybody else. It's really about the overall, how we as black women, you, me, the people who are calling in, how we are participating in a culture, how there are people around us encouraging us to participate in a culture that is largely self-abusive. You are on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Roxy.
Hey Roxy, I answered the phone because I saw you putting up the last 4 digits inside of the comments area. So what's up? So
oh my God,
talk to us,
I'm so excited I got through.
Roxy. Because you know what? And so listen, this is really not about anybody else. This is really about us. It's about each one of us. So what's your comment?
Okay, so I've been following the story since it first came out. I watched it. I've been watching everything, and honestly, I feel triggered because Mr. Keith needs Jesus. Okay, he says he's a Christian man, but he needs Jesus. I remember before I used to always talk about the Arbitals, and I'm kind of glad that you had a chance to speak to him because I got a little bit of the backstory, and now I can see that it's a true symbol of struggle love. So I remember a few weeks ago you did a story on this African woman and her baby father. No, yeah, her baby father was also preaching about her on social media, talking about how strong she is of a woman, and she was wearing that tuxedo and whatever.
Yes.
And you found out that she was a single mom. And now looking at the situation with Shanice and Keith, you see the same struggle. She thinks that maybe she doesn't think as highly of herself because she's a single mother, and I'm not sure what happened to her previous relationship with her daughter's father, but here she figures, okay, maybe no one wants me because I'm a single mother, so here this broadcast Dusty comes and he's willing to accept me, flaws and all, so I'm gonna, cherish him as he's a man when he's not a man, but she just feels, obligated to, because sadly in this society when you're a single mom, they make you feel like shit, right?
Is that true though in the U.S.? Is that true in the U.S.? Because it's so common in our community. So let me ask the question out there. Do you feel that in the United States, as a single mother, they make you feel like crap? Put up a number 2 if you feel that is the truth.
I'm not in the United States. I'm in Canada, and yes, they do.
Okay.
Oh, yes, they do. They make you feel like shit. Okay.
Really?
And it's sad because. Sorry?
I said, really?
Yes. I'm okay. So just to backtrack.
Hold on.
This whole thing.
So I want you to put up the number 3 if being a single mother is just normal and not they don't make you feel like. Put up number 3 if you're not made to feel like crap. Put up the number 2 if you feel like single mothers get treated like crap. So we have some 3s coming in, some 2s. Go ahead now.
Okay. So, just to backtrack, within our community, I can't speak for Americans, but I can speak for, I live in Canada and I was born in Jamaica, okay?
Okay.
And when I look around at my family members, all the women in my family are single mothers, okay? Many of them have children by different fathers. They've all made really poor decisions with the men that they've chosen to have children with. And I thought I would not follow this. Growing up and seeing the dysfunction, I'm like, no, never me. I'm going to get married first. I'm going to have, I'm going to be in university. And I made all those accomplishments. I graduated from university. I had the guy, I had the ring, We didn't officially make it down the aisle. I was engaged, but we didn't get married. And for so many reasons, that didn't work out. But whatever. So now being left as a single mom, a lot of these guys come into your life and they feel like, oh, you're less than. So whatever I'm bringing to the table, which for most of them, they're bringing nothing. I make more than them. I'm more educated than them. But they feel as though, oh, because you're a single mother, you should be lucky to have me. So I've been single for several years. And then me saying, you know what, it's better that I'm single and doing this by myself than to pick up some broke ass and have him around my kids and having him doing nothing but contribute stress to my life. I'd rather be single. And then both women and men in the Black community make me feel terrible for staying single. I've had people come up to me, oh, so you're celibate. Oh, you're going to grow cobwebs in your vagina because you're not giving the vagina to anyone else. So, okay, I'm a single mom, so I should go give my vagina to someone not worthy and have another child. You know what I mean? So is that what you want to do? Like, my vagina is going to grow cobwebs because I'm choosing to stay celibate and not get back into the same predicament that I'm in right now. You know what I mean? I like I said, I have my aunt. I have an aunt that's in her 50s. Okay, and she's been with this man for over 10 years now. He's broke. She's forever complaining about him, that he doesn't work. He works here and there. He doesn't contribute to the household. All he does is eat and drink and whatever. And every day, whenever I go to see my aunt is sitting by the window waiting for this broke-ass man to come home and sleep on her sofa with her. She has 2 kids. Both are grown. They're in their 20s and early 30s. She has 2 kids. She has a 2-bedroom apartment. So each child has a room. She sleeps on the sofa with this broke-ass man. But in her head, it's better to have a piece of a man than no man, you know? And it's really disheartening. So at the end of the day, I'd rather stay single than be in a predicament than that, you know?
All right. Well, you know what? Thank you for calling in. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not realize that it was so difficult out there for single mothers. You were on the air live with Tonya. What's your name? Hello?
Hi, my name is Katherine.
Hi, Katherine. So what is your call? What's your comment?
So I come from a family where my mom and dad are not together, but I was always raised by both my mom and my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember growing up how my mom used to tell me, oh, you don't need a man to take care of you. You don't need a man to take care of you. You can take care of yourself. Don't ever depend on a man. And now my mom, she's 55 and like she's like struggling by herself and like she wishes she had somebody to take care of her. And now like I'm like her companion. So I don't know. I just feel like the mentality, because I remember like when you was talking to the girl and the couple that was on your show.
Yeah.
And you was telling her how like it's like generational, know how like her grandma and her mother was independent, and she agreed. And I'm just thinking like that's really not a way to be, like you said.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, like, and like fortunately for me, like I had my dad in my life, and like he gives me like what I need, so I know what it's like to have a man to like take care of you and love you and like not feel like you need to be a mule. So
then what is your takeaway? How does this relate to you? What's your takeaway?
23, like I said. My takeaway from this was, I don't know, like, I just felt like this is like a predicament that I would not want to be in myself. And, like, I know that being a feminine Black woman that can depend on a man to take care of her is not a bad thing at all.
Okay.
So
how does that relate to our story from yesterday and then the story with your parents?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you say it again?
How does that relate to the story from yesterday and then the story about your parents? Tie this all together for me because I'm not seeing how it connects.
So the story from yesterday, she is very pregnant, like she's 9 months pregnant, and she's still working 40 hours and doing school and has a kid and taking care of home. And I just feel like she should be, like you said, I don't know, I'm sorry. When I have a lot of things going on in my mind, I can't really comprehend, but yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, you know what? Just type it in the comments then. We appreciate you calling in. I wanna. I wanna get all of that summed up together. So, so thank you for calling in. We have another call coming in back to back. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Kiki, and I'm from Texas.
Hi. You said your name is Kiki. Did you call in already?
No, I've actually been trying to get through for the last 20 minutes.
Okay, because there was a Kiki that called in earlier. Okay, so go ahead, Kiki. Tell us what's your comment?
So I actually agree with you. So I don't know if it was a segment you just wanted to hear opposing opinions, but I actually agree.
Well, people are calling in to talk about, how they related to the story themselves. So what is your relationship to the story?
So me being from the South, I would definitely say that is very normal for a woman, especially a Black American woman, to work up until literally she cannot work. Like maybe the ambulance does have to come and get her to take her to the hospital, and maybe the baby daddy meets her there, maybe he doesn't. But that is a very normal thing out here. I'm not sure how it looks up north, but I think the pushback comes from the fact that either women have themselves been in that situation or they know women who've been in that situation. So it's kind of like a hard pill to swallow whenever someone's pushing against that. But I 100% agree. Like that needs to stop.
Okay.
It's not. I don't think it's normal across the board. I just think it's normal for Black women to do, because I've worked with white women who've left on maternity leave at like 7, 8 months pregnant. So I definitely don't think that's a normal thing to work up until 9 months.
All right. Well, you know what? Thank you for calling in and giving your opinion. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So the phone lines are open. With so many different perspectives, I wonder, is it normal? You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, Tonya. My name is Dominique.
Hi, Dominique. What is your comment?
Okay, so my comment. For me personally, I'm 27. I was in the military, a single parent in the military. So I worked up until I think my due date. You have to work up until your due date. So I understand how, I guess, working and trying to support your family and keeping your household in order while you're pregnant and everything. And right now, I guess to see how that story has to do with me is last year I had a son. I was in that mind state coming from the military, that I had to take care of myself. I mean, my mother always told me that no man is going to take care of you, or all men cheat. So I've been I guess I'm in that demographic of people. So I thought that I always had to take care of myself, and I was married, took care of all the household bills while I was with my husband. He didn't take care of anything. It was kind of bad, but in the mindset that she was, I had to get myself out of that, because I found myself where I was 8 months pregnant, working in that chemical plant. And then I really had to sit back and think, how, what is this doing to my child? Long term,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Because I think they were super defensive. I don't think they were thinking, I should sit back and think what this lady is telling me. because you're not saying any lies. I think they just jumped to the fence because you're putting the puzzle pieces together.
Okay. And so my question is, what is it that you did to get into a different mind state?
Okay, so what I did, I had to, I stayed single for a while.
I can't hear you. Your phone is muffled. Say it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I had to stay single for a while. I had to really, like, deep down search within myself. There's this book that I started reading by Queen Afua. It helped me tremendously. I really had to sit down and really get to know myself and understand where that mentality came from.
What was the name of the book?
It didn't come from me.
What was the Queen of Four book that you
Sorry.
read?
It was, I have it, I write down every day. Crap, I can't remember it offhand. I'm kind of nervous because, I'm on mic.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, don't be nervous, but I understand.
I know, it's kind of weird. I never really call in, but this really hit home because I was that girl. Like, honestly, I was there. And I really had to sit down and think about where it came from and try to fix it,
Okay.
I come from a Caribbean background, and it's pretty known that, like, the single mother...
Your phone is muffled again. Your phone is muffled again. Say it again.
I'm sorry. I come from a Caribbean background, and right now the same thing is happening in Lucia, where the Prime Minister is sitting there saying that the reason for crime is because of single mothers and all this stuff. So, like, it hit home, so I really have to call in and put my perspective out there, because I was that girl, and I really had to sit down and think about what I need to change and not take offense to whatever people, trying to say stuff. And I mean, if you put on the internet, you can't really get offended.
Yeah, and so we appreciate you calling in. Thank you. And when you think of the name, was the book called Heal Thyself?
It was
Sacred Woman?
Yes. It's like there's a woman in the front, and she has, like, I remember, like, space in the back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when you think of...
But that book,
yeah,
it helps me so much. I still read it. Like, it's a daily thing. It's during, like, I wake up super early in the morning and I read it. There's all types of...
So why don't you do this? When you get the book, just come back into the comments and write the name of the book in the comments, okay?
Of course, I will.
All right, thank you. Okay, so the phone lines are open again, and since we're speaking of books, this is Affirmation Self-Love, which is the book that I wrote. It's an affirmations workbook, which will help you rewrite your subconscious programming and reattune you to self-love. You can find this on Amazon if you search for the name Tonya Tko. You can also find it on my website if you just go to tonyatko.com/books. And it is right there. So we're going to take the next caller, who I've seen this number in the chat. So 0556. All right. So 0556, we're calling you right now. And do we have any men callers that want to get through? Any men that want to chime in on the subject? Hi, you're
Hello?
on. Yes, you're on live. What's your name?
Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. I need you to just pause for just one moment, Amanda. I'm going to come right back to you. All right, so right now we have 500 people inside of this live broadcast, and we have 182 likes. So I need you to go ahead and thumbs up the video. It matters for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure that you're subscribed to my videos. So we're going to let Amanda start talking after we get up to, let's get these likes up. So let's cross 200 likes. Okay, so we've crossed 200 likes. All right, so come on, bring these likes up. So keep on liking the video. We have 500 people on here. We can do better with letting YouTube know that we're watching the video and that we're enjoying the video. All right, so you're on live. Tell us your name again.
Amanda.
All right, Amanda. So what is your comment?
Well, first of all, Tonya,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you for doing these videos.
Okay.
Secondly, I was trying to get through here. I was typing in all caps and everything in these comments, acting up, okay? So thank you for taking my call. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Now, my comment is that I've been in those shoes. I was a young mother, married, okay? We both worked, but I kind of I worked all the way up till I had the baby, more than once, okay? Plus cooking and cleaning and doing all that stuff. My oldest now is 17. My baby girl is 11. And I've been in a relationship recently with a gentleman who didn't have any children and wanted children. And I'm willing to do it, but not the same way anymore. So I'm just kind of speaking from experience and having been there and done that, ladies. Look, okay. Yes, when you're young, because a lot of the women that are calling in are in their 20s, early 20s and things. And so when I look back at that time and what my body could handle then, okay, yeah, I could probably do a little bit more. I could take a little bit more on my body. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm 36 now, and it's catching up to me. It's catching up to me where I'm tired now from doing all that hard work, all that time, working full-time, going to school full-time. And it will catch up to you if you don't practice self-love and self-care. So, yeah, you feel fine right now in your 20s, but it'll catch up. And I'm going to tell you, as you get older, it's a little bit harder to get it back. I'm getting it back. I'm good. But one thing I'm not going to do is go back and make the same mistake again and tax myself all over again.
So what are you going to do differently this time? Hold on. Before you answer what you're going to do differently, there are people who are telling me to turn on the super chat. Go to my website and purchase yourself the Book of Affirmations, Self-Love. Rather than donating into a super chat on YouTube, where YouTube takes 40% of the super chat, come and buy a book so that you can get the book for yourself or give the book to someone. Or you can even write that you don't want me to send you the book. You just want to give to the super chat. I mean, if you just want to, that's fine. You can do it that way. Inside of the description area, you'll see my Cash App. There's many different ways to support. However, my book is on Amazon as well as on my website. Okay? So go ahead. Go ahead, Amanda. Wait, are you Amanda?
Yes,
Okay,
I am Amanda.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, but I just want to offer some encouragement to the young ladies, okay? Because I know a lot of people have been calling in here triggered AF, all right? And I think that, I just wanted to come in and give you a perspective from experience. Having been there, done that, I was with the man that I was married to. That was my high school sweetheart. We thought we was going to come out here, get married, build together, and build a beautiful family. But the truth is, sometimes the person that you are in your teens and in your 20s is not the person that you will be when you're in your 30s and 40s and when you're finally settled into who you are.
Yeah,
and so
but
you have to give yourself time to grow into who you're going to be.
Yes, but then it also seems like when you're young, that's the time to work up until the baby comes jumping out of your vagina.
Well, I did, but I'm telling you, it would have been much easier to, if I had to do it all over again. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my kids. My struggle was real, but, we go through things so that we can inspire and share our stories with others and teach people how to do it better. You can do it better than I did it. I did it. I'm here. I'm good. I sound lively, don't I? But I'm just saying that knowing then what I know now, I would have waited.
You would have waited
and I
to
would
have
spent
children?
my time establishing myself so that I could attract an established man, and then we come together 100. See, people want to always go 50-50, but 50-50 means both of y'all half-assing. You got to bring 100, and I'm bringing 100.
Okay.
But when if you haven't given yourself a chance to grow into it, you kind of like You're almost setting yourself up for failure, and then y'all out here trying to defend it because you feel in some type of way that somebody said you're working too hard, sis. Sit down for a minute. That man can go get a second job. He's not carrying around a whole nother life inside of his body.
Okay, so let me ask you. So let me ask you this question right here. The husband that we spoke to yesterday, he says that he tells his wife to sit down, but she doesn't listen. So what's the word on that?
Well, the word on that, Tonya, and at the risk of being controversial, okay? And honestly, if somebody would have told me to sit down, I probably wouldn't have sat down either at that time, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But now I want to sit down.
Yes, but you know what? But you're talking about at your 36-year-old self. So what can a husband do or say that would make a woman sit down?
Well, first of all, I think he's got to lay the foundation, and I think that some women, and I think it was Roxy who got on here earlier and said that she feels like single moms are made to feel like trash, and sometimes you get with a man, they want to make you feel like you're so lucky to just have them around, paying you a little bit of attention or something. You know, that they just give you the scraps instead of giving you everything that you really need.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's the situation with that couple. I'm just saying I think the sister has a good point. But I think that also, see, Black women right now are the most ambitious people. We are leading the way, not only in the health statistics that you mentioned, but also in education and entrepreneurship. Okay, we're just leading the way all the way around. And I think it's because, you know, we have to have that trust factor. In other words, you got to show me. Because what am I going to do? Trust you to do it, and then you don't hold up your end. Now I got to dig and claw my way out of a hole. Now you gotta lay it out there first.
Okay.
And show me that I can depend on that.
Okay,
show me that I can rest.
so this
don't
is what
tell
I'm
me to
hearing.
Sit down first.
Right. So this is what I'm hearing. So if the husband, and you know what, I'm gonna thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for calling in. We're gonna take in the next caller. All right. So this is what I'm hearing. So it sounds like she's saying that if the husband shows and demonstrates that he can be depended upon through action, that the woman will rest as a result of her knowing that she can trust and depend on him. So I appreciate that. The phone lines are open. We're going to be talking for a little while longer. I'm seeing a bunch of numbers come through, but they're not coming through the call. So a number's coming through. You're on the air live with Tonya. All right, so that we lost that call. Let's see. All right, so there are a bunch of different calls trying to come through simultaneously, that a bunch of the calls are bumping up against one another. All right, so let's see who is going to be the next caller. I saw someone put in 843 in the comments area. So, I tried to click on that, but we're coming into 4706.
3, 4, 7, 8.
So listen, we did not get that call through. Let's see. They're just coming in so fast I can barely click on them. So here we go. And who is here as a result of Shira 7? Is Shira inside of the chat right now? If you're here as a result of Shira 7, put up a number 7.
0, 8, 7.
Okay. So let's see. Let's see, 803. Oh wow, so many 7s. You all have to. Is Shira in the Shira said she wanted to call in. Where is
Excuse me.
she?
Hello. Sorry. I was clearing my throat. Sorry.
You're on the air live with Tonya.
Hi, Tonya. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I got through.
Yeah.
So I watched your video last night, and I actually watched another YouTuber, Jovi Beauty, watched her last night also on this topic, and you ladies set this whole thing off. I started with yours first, and hers popped up second.
But I told my husband to watch these videos. Now, I'm a married mom of 5 kids, okay? I do work full time, but I work from home. I just had a baby in January, so my youngest child is 6 months old, and my oldest kid is 9 years old.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I told him to watch this last night, and I kid you not. He was like, and when you held up the Facebook post, he was like, "What's the problem with that?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" He was like, "Maybe she wants to do that." I'm like, no. I think I speak for every single pregnant woman on this earth that when you are above 7 months pregnant, the last thing you want to do is work. I've never had to leave my house, Tonya, and I could not even fathom getting out of my house, getting dressed, my back hurting, swollen feet. So for women that are just like, oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to do, like the girl that called earlier that said she just wants to make extra money, she wants to work a full-time job. Girl, please, okay? That is not where it's at. And I wonder, too, like, I definitely got on my husband's case, like, you can't see how this is problematic. I said, I wasn't going out of the house to work. And I wanted to say, too, something that really irks me that I honestly think, and this may have already been said because I missed some parts, going out and seeing what my kids are doing. But why does this feel like it's a problem for the Black community? I have many friends that are of different races, and they stop working. When they have kids, they're done. They become stay-at-home moms. And I'm like, why is it that our men expect for us to work after having children? Like you said last night, who is watching the children? Who are raising the children? Who?
You know what?
And it's like, why would a man want for somebody else to raise him?
I have some questions. But before that, can you all go and tell Shira to come over? Because Shira said she wanted to call. And I wanted to, I went live because there were so many people said that they wanted to call in. And Shira was one of them. So can you all go and get Shira and tell Shira to come over and call in? Because we have 29 more minutes that we're going to be on this broadcast. So go ahead, Mama. So my question for you is, so you showed your husband the Facebook post and he was like, what's the matter?
Yes. Yes. I got pissed off. I'm like, it almost started an argument. Like, what the hell do you mean what's wrong with that post? Are you kidding?
Wow.
Yeah. And in full disclosure, I'm going to tell my age. I'm 35. My husband just turned 38 2 weeks ago. So we're in that age group that some of the callers were. But yeah, and the thing is that there's a lot of men that think like my husband. He did not think anything was wrong with how he thought until I approached him and said how taxing the pregnancy can be on the body. And I was blessed that all 5 of my pregnancies, I never had to leave the home to work. I was working from home, but like I said, it was still a full-time job. But the exhaustion, just all of it. I don't know. I just don't get it. I just feel like us Black women, we do have it extra hard because it's like our men expect for us to be a workhorse, like you said. You're taking care of the children. You're taking care of the home, working outside of the home. And that's
Your sound is going out. Hello?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is this better? I'm on Wi-Fi. That's no problem. Okay, is this better?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Listen, I'm going to ask you a question, and then we're going to transition over to the next caller. But my question is, do Black women... So, listen, there's so many issues. What is this we hear?
Yeah, he just woke up. He got upset. But I'm here.
How old is this baby?
Yeah, this is he's 6 months old.
Oh. So at what month did you stop working?
I actually worked up until I was about to deliver because I went over by 2 weeks with my pregnancy, and I literally worked up until, I'll say up until the last week because like I said, I worked from home. It was a pretty, not a hard job.
Okay.
But I called them because we were trying to do natural induction techniques with my midwife, and so I needed to focus my attention on that. So I stopped working probably about 5 days before I delivered.
I'm confused. I'm confused because I thought
What's that?
Yeah, I thought you said that when you spoke to your husband, he said that, oh, what's the matter? She probably wanted to work, but I thought that you were advocating for the not working until you're delivering.
Oh,
But
I
it's
am.
but it sounds like
But we
you were
needed, like most people, we needed the money. You know, we've got
it's
5 kids, and
it sounds like you were
it was
typing
around like
it sounded like you were typing on the computer and pushing the baby out in the pool at the same time.
not quite, but it could have happened. Like I said, my bosses were really cool, and I'm like, if I've got to go, I've got to go. But yeah, I didn't have any issues. Had I had any actual issues, then I probably would have stopped sooner. But I didn't have any issues. My job was really flexible, so I got up whenever I wanted and I quit whenever I wanted. It was all on my own time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Very not typical situation, but this is a great conversation. I'm glad you had it. I know we have infinite stories of Black women that can testify to this topic of working and just, how it's been instilled in us to, like you said, do it all. The strong Black woman. And it's very problematic. And it's very, we wonder why our community is broken. I think this is one of the root causes right here.
The whole
in addition to the other ills, but the fact that our women are expected to work until the day she delivers, where ambulances are coming to jobs. Insane. I can't believe it.
So then,
but this is a topic.
So the thing that's confusing is that you have done it. You just did that 6 months.
I'm not saying that my situation is right. This is why I was close to him last night, because I'm like, the fact that you think this is okay. But I honestly, Tonya, I will say this. Now, he works out of home. He was working 7 days a week. But his thing is, your job is so easy, like, seriously. You know what I mean? Like, you can't sit at your desk, And I'm like, it's mentally draining. Granted, I don't actually have to, like, get up and deal with people. But it's mentally exhausting sometimes, Like I said, this definitely brought up a nice discussion between him and I last night about what's expected of women and how if I had to work outside the home, I would not do it. He'd be working another job, which he was fine with because I was actually in between jobs for a little bit here a couple months ago. And he said, we have to have somebody here to watch the kids. If need be, I'll just have to get a second job and you'll stay home with the kids. So I was happy he said that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, Ma.
Thank you.
All right. So, wow. I'm stunned. I'm stunned because I feel like somewhere along the lines we are perpetuating this strong Black woman trope. And we're teaching it to our children. It's expected of us. And when we're not that, what the hell is wrong with you? That's your job, B. All right, you're on the air live with Tonya.
Hello, Tonya. This is Bomb Cherry. How you doing?
Oh, Bomb Cherry, huh? Okay, talk to us, Bomb Cherry.
I think this is an exciting topic. I just think that you're getting calls from different women, who have options. Some who did not have options. Like the lady who just got off, it sounds like she would have not worked, but she had to work.
Yeah.
Right? So she didn't have the options. Now, I didn't have an option. I would have worked throughout my pregnancy, but I ended up getting sick from the beginning. Okay. So I was at home throwing up the whole 9 months.
Oh. Why? I thought the throwing up was only for the first 2 months when the hormones were balancing out. Why were you throwing up for 9 months?
Now, every pregnancy is different for every woman. So for my whole entire 9 months, including 2 months after having the baby, all I did was I was having morning sickness.
Oh my gosh. That sounds awful. God. Oh, Lord. That just because, throwing up is the worst. That feeling of the retching. So you had the whole stomach retching, the whole spasming of your stomach pushing the food back out?
Yes. The whole thing, the whole time.
Anything you would eat, or only certain things?
Everything I would eat. Smell something, I would throw up. If I didn't have food in my stomach, I was throwing up. It was just.
Oh, so you were dry heaving?
I went through all of it. So there's some women, like I look at the women who can work. I look at those women as strong, women who I wish I could have done that.
So then how did the bills get paid?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
How did the bills get paid?
My husband. And let me tell you, this was a very stressful time for us because we already had one son who was about to turn 1 when I found out I was pregnant. And we were, I was thinking, oh my God, we're going to have an abortion. Because we had just moved into a nicer apartment, just getting out the military. And my husband had just found a job, and we're thinking, okay, everything's going good. I had just gotten a job. And then I ended up pregnant. So, oh my God, I was freaking out. My husband, on the other hand, the man that he is, told me to calm down, and we was going to make it work. If he had to get a second job, we was going to make it work.
How does a person, quote unquote, turn up pregnant? I need to understand. Did you just roll over one morning and then surprise?
Well, you turn up pregnant when the medicine doesn't work, right? I was getting a shot every 3 months before I could go get my shot again. I was pregnant.
Oh, okay. So there was a lapse.
Right, everything is in 100%. So my son is just meant to be here.
Hold on. Was the birth control fail, or did you fail to get the birth control?
No, the birth control failed. But it was around that time my appointment to get the shot was upcoming, but by the time I went for my appointment, I was already pregnant. By the time,
And you were still merry-go-rounding on the penis, even while you knew the appointment was coming up. I got you.
Well, isn't that what it's supposed to be?
Well, you merry-go-round right into fertility. That's what you did. You merry-go-round right into the maternity ward. So
that's exactly what I did. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well,
not only did I merry-go-round, I was doing flips. It probably was those back flips. Landing on them.
Okay, I see. All right, then the sugar stick, and you was all right now. You were you're from New Orleans, right?
Yes.
Do you remember that song back in the early 2000s called "Monkey on That Stick"?
Monkey on the stick, monkey on the stick. But the real version didn't say monkey on the stick, right?
What did it say? Oh my gracious! Did it say something other than stick? All right.
Yeah.
Well,
stick is the clean version. And it was something else for the dirty version.
All right, so you were out there monkeying on the stick, all right then. And now you guys got 2 children under 2.
Yeah, I had 2. Under 2. They was wait. One was they are almost 2 years apart.
So you had 2 under 2, girl. Yeah. All right, listen. We'll talk with you later. Thank you for calling in.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right. So for you all out there monkeying on the stick, make sure that you monkey your ass on over to get your depot shot. Monkey your ass on over to get your condoms. Listen, nobody telling you that you don't have to do it. Just do it with protection. Protect yourself. Don't be like, ooh, guess what? You're on the air live with Tonya.
Hi, Tonya. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing great. I love your channel. I love your love your channel.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to call in and leave my 2 cents.
Okay, hold on. Before you leave your 2 cents, we still have almost 500 people on this broadcast, and we got 296 likes. The least we could do is have a like for every person that's watching. So if you're in the chat area and you need to close the chat area to click the like, go ahead and do that. Now we've gotten up over 300. We got I'm True Skills spelling my name wrong. Come on now, let's get it together. Let's get these likes up. True Skills, I bet you one of the people that haven't liked the video yet. So go on and like
I called before I liked, but I'm definitely gonna like.
Oh, so you called in before you even liked.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, go ahead now. Go ahead.
My 2 cents is that I have 2 children, and during my pregnancy, I was able to stay home. And my husband and I, like the first pregnancy was planned. So we took a year, we saved up money so that I was able to stay home during my pregnancy and for the first year of my daughter's life. And I think so often people don't plan pregnancies. People don't really go into situations planning things out and really thinking about, okay, how are we going to manage this? How are we going to do this? And when you're in a relationship, especially as a Black woman, the world tells us we have to be these strong, we have to do everything. We basically have to be super women.
Yeah.
And I was in a relationship where he enjoys me being home. He enjoyed the fact that I was able to take care of my daughter. He did not, because I used to work at a daycare, and a little baby died at the daycare. And it was because of the negligence of the daycare owner. And so my husband, he was with me at that time, and he was like, he would never want that to happen to our child. So we planned for our pregnancy, and I think so many couples don't plan, and they get into situations where they have these, well, not accidents, where the child isn't planned, and then they don't have the money to take care of the child. And then the second thing I wanted to say is, how come women have to continue working? Why can't these men go and get second and third jobs? Because we do it when we have to as single mothers. Why can't they go and get second jobs? Why can't they do Uber? Why can't they do Dash? I'm a big believer in that the mother has to be home with her child. In the foundational years, you have to be home with your kid. Like, you just have to. That's my 2 cents.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot to kind of digest. Why can't he? Why does she have to work? Well, what about the people who the man does have 2 jobs and she's still working? Yeah, and then so what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so then maybe go part-time.
Okay.
Go part-time, or maybe get family to help and pitch in, because it is we're a village. In Africa, they don't go through this. In other countries, they don't go through this. Women don't have to work as hard as Black American women do in America.
Why not?
And my thing is, I don't know. I'm Caribbean. I'm Haitian, and I know for me, my family is my backbone.
Okay.
So if I can't pay mortgage, everybody chips in and mortgage is paid, because we're all in it together. And I think we're so disconnected as a Black community that the woman has to work up until her 9th month. You know how stressful pregnancy is? Like,
well,
it's just ridiculous to me. That's just, it's a ridiculous notion to praise and appreciate a woman for working while she's supposed to be in her most vulnerable state. No, pregnancy is not a handicap, but it is a disability. It does take a toll on your body.
Yes, it does. Well, you know what? They're saying, somebody says sac pas fait inside the, you know what sac pas fait is?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I thought it was sac passe, but sac pas fait, I thought maybe you might know what that is.
Not boule.
All right, maybe they heard that somewhere. Just they came up with their own spelling. So
no, that's a universal hello in Creole.
Not sac pas fait. Sac pas fait with an F.
I see, yeah. So that's my 2 cents, Tonya.
All right,
thank you to bring us this knowledge and this information. You're doing a great job, and don't let nobody, talk.
Oh Lord, Nancy says she's Haitian, and in her family, it's every man and woman for themselves. That's what she said it's like in Haiti.
It's not like that in Haiti. It is really not like that in Haiti.
The person said it's sac cap fait. Passe, sap cap fait.
stuck upset. What's going on?
Oh, okay. So you do know what that is. They about to pull
Yes,
your
I do.
Haitian card. They about to pull your Haitian card.
Thank you, Tonya.
All right. Have a good one.
Too.
All right. This is Natasha. Don't get a there. All right. So listen, I see somebody with the 7 talking about 704 in the comments, but I don't see 704 on the recent call list. I see 347. I see 843. So let's try the 843 and see what's happening there. All right.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
Look, see, we getting automated voicemail systems here. You ain't readies. You ain't readies. We only have a few more minutes for, well, we have, 10 more minutes on the broadcast. So this will probably be our last phone call. Because we've been on for almost 2 hours. So these calls are coming in, but they're not coming through for some reason because they're all coming through at the same time. I know the phone company would be mad with me. So listen, 843 person, stop calling. I'm gonna try you again. Let's see. It's moving so fast. If you all could see how this is going. Uh-oh. A 704 is coming through. I couldn't get the 843, so 704 is coming through. All right. So you're on the air live. You got to turn off your computer. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I just wanted to chime in quickly about the young lady that was on the line, was on my program earlier.
Okay, your phone is so muffled. I'm trying to hear what you're saying.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can, but hold on for just one moment. You don't have to scream. Hold on for just one moment. Listen, we have 436 people on this and only 367 likes. So come on and get those likes up. We're going to continue with the caller once we get 1 like for every person. So we are almost down 80 likes. So go on and like the video. It matters for the YouTube algorithm. So go ahead and do that. All right. So we got 377 likes. Come on. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. 384. Come on. Let's get it up. Get those likes up. Because if you sitting here, I ain't asking for much. I'm just asking for some likes. You know what? Let me start asking for some stuff because we black women need to speak up. Go buy my book right here. The Book of Affirmation Self-Love. It is on my website. Go there. This is a workbook. You all know what it is. This is a book that will help you rewrite your subconscious programming. It's an amazing book. It's available on Amazon. It's available on my website. Come on, we at 396. Come on and get these likes up. These likes are free. The book costs money. So come on, get these likes up. If you need to close the chat and go on and like it, come on and like, because we only have a few more minutes for the broadcast. So get these likes up while we're here. All right, so we crossed 400. All right, so go ahead, caller. Keep on liking it because I want to see those likes come up while we're talking. Go ahead, caller. What's your name?
Okay, I just wanted to make a comment about the young lady and her husband.
Okay, you want to comment about somebody else's husband?
It seems to me that they can do better. He says that they have a cook. They have somebody coming into the house and cleaning.
Right.
And still, she chooses the hard road. And the question is, why? And I think part of the problem is old women spewing propaganda against these young black women, telling them that they don't need a man, and that they are independent, and that they have to do everything themselves. They're bitter.
Okay.
They're getting their information from bitter, older black women.
Okay.
And they are buying into it. And it's easy to buy into it, especially with the Christianity, with the Christian factor, supporting the chaos.
Okay.
So these young women who continue to choose to be workhorses, they're buying into propaganda.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you these questions because if we heard the broadcast, We heard that she has been married to him for less than 2 years and she's already 9 months pregnant. So if you take how much, so that's 24, 2 years is 24 months, right? 24 minus 9 is, how much is 24 minus 9? 13?
Or 13. 13.
Okay. So she knew him for a year before she got pregnant. That's the math. That's the math. And she said almost 2 years, so it could have been even less than a year that she's known him, and she's pregnant, and she has a 5-year-old daughter, and she's bringing twins into the world. Let me ask you. Let's do a survey inside the room. Since I got you on the line, I want you to take part in the survey too. Judging from what it is that we saw of that man in the broadcast, I want you to put up the number 8 if you would trust that he would take care of everything and you would stop working. Put up the number 8 if you would trust that man. Put up the number 9 if that was your husband and you had a child, and that sassy, zesty man with the 2 snaps and the twirl and the Put up the number 9 if you would not trust him and your black ass would be out there working 9 months pregnant too. God damn, everybody putting up 9s. What's your number, miss? 8 or 9? What would you trust that man?
Tonya, I have to give it an 8 because you have to find out what you are working with. You have to test the water. So you have to give it an 8.
Okay.
And if he's not going to do it, he's not going to do it. Okay. But I will never allow him to say, I would have done it.
Okay.
I won't do it.
Okay.
If he fails me, I'll hold a mirror up to his face and he will have failed me and he will have failed himself as well.
Got you. I see the rationale in that. I see the rationale. I see the rationale.
Tony, let me tell you something. My first pregnancy, I stayed home.
Hold on. They're saying, hold on.
The second.
Hold on. Shira, Shira, you have to let me know which number is yours that you're calling in on, okay? So go ahead. First pregnancy you worked.
I stayed home.
Oh, first pregnancy you stayed home.
The second pregnancy I worked. And I was healthy. Everything went perfect. And I worked hard. But I'll tell you what. I did not kill myself with no housework or anything else. I just made sure the dollars was coming in strong. And I kept it going because I was independent. I was by myself. I had no choice.
Got you.
That third pregnancy, again, I was by myself. I was independent, and I had to do it. But I'll tell you this, Tonya. I am a woman of a certain age, and I'm proud to let you girls know that every 2 or 3 years, I take a year off, and I just take it easy because we're not supposed to work like that. Right now, I'm coming off an 8-month respite. And I'm fixing to go back to work. But the point is, I always give myself breaks because we need to. If you want to live on this earth a long time and you don't want to burn yourself out, you've got to relax your mind and your body. You cannot work like that. That baby girl has bad information. Anyway,
I'm so confused, though. I'm confused. Because you said you worked with your last 2 pregnancies because you were by yourself.
First of all, this is what independence is. That means you do what got to be done when it got to be done. But when you get the opportunity to sit your ass down, you must take that opportunity.
But hold on. Where were the people who inseminated you?
Oh, they were working right alongside me. Could not depend on them.
So what you're saying is you tried them like she should have tried her husband. So you should have tried to see if he would hold up the mantle of manhood, and if he does not, then you go and work. Is that what you're saying? We lost you? Hello? We lost the volume. We lost the volume. All right. Well, if you can answer in the comments because we don't have the volume anymore. Okay. So I'm seeing that the 832 is Shira. So let's see if we could get so we're going to try to get Shira on the line. Let's see. Since she sent the legion of people over here. Shira, we're calling you.
This is Letitia. Please leave a message. Thank you.
Wait a minute, Letitia, what's going on here? I'm confused. I'm confused right now. I'm confused. So we tried the 832 number, but the 832 number was someone. Ooh, that ain't her. She didn't got a fake name for us. Ooh, I'm sorry, Charles. I hope we did not blow up your spot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, babe. I hope we didn't blow it up. I hope they know that you got a different name. If they didn't know, now they know. My gracious. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, we gonna try again. Here we go. All right. Okay, they know. Okay, good. Oh, my gracious.
Hello.
Okay, so is this Shira 7-1?
Yes, this is me.
Hey, welcome to the broadcast, my dear. You're on the air live with me. Apparently, there were a lot of people that you sent over here earlier from your broadcast.
Yes, I was watching.
Okay, so you said that you really wanted to call in, and so we went live. You're coming in on the tail end of the... So talk to us. What is your comment? Because I saw the title of your video. Well, let me see what the title of your video was. Work Mule praised by a delivered, dusty husband. And people talk about I'm insulting. At least I didn't go. At least I didn't. Then she has 3 R's on delivered. There's 3 R's on it. There's delivered, delivered dusty. I cannot. All right. So, Shira, come talk to us. What's happening now?
Well, if he was a rapper, his name would be Two Beards.
I cannot. I can't. It would be Two Beards. Why is that? Why would his name be Two Beards? Why? I need to know.
Because one on his face and the one that was sitting next to him.
I can't. All right, so he would be called Two Beards because you are of the belief that his wife is his beard.
Yeah, I feel like, how he kept bringing up the church was like his cover.
Uh-huh.
And, when you go to church to meet a good man who's been delivered, you might come home with someone like him,
Oh, okay.
Thinking you have something that you don't.
Oh, so you're kind of like one of the young ladies who called and talked about how if you're a single mother in the church, they may hook you up with a recovered homosexual.
Right.
Ah, okay. All right. So you were picking up on some down low vibes. What was it that what stuck out to you about that interview?
Well, the way he kept moving his hands, the way he kept extra pronouncing his S's and T's.
Some S's and T's? Okay, go ahead.
And just the fact that he was more upset than her.
Okay.
I mean, most guys would have been like, oh, well, whatever. I got my woman working, whatever. He was more upset because I felt that, he felt like he had to defend her because he was about to lose his mule.
Okay. All right. So go ahead. Go ahead. So he had to defend her because he may have felt like he was about to lose his mule. All right. Go ahead. We're listening.
I feel they're more friends than they are, lovers. So, when you make someone upset, you come to their rescue and, try to defend them, but it seemed more of a feminine vibe to me.
Okay. When I was going through it, I was really just trying to get onto the other side of it. But when I watched it in the premiere with you all, I picked up on he was just very fresh and catty. I that's one of the things that I did pick up. He was just so, so let me ask you this question because I asked the last caller this. Would you trust him to take care of you and your 5-year-old daughter if you were 9 months pregnant? Would you trust him and stop working and let him pick up the mantle of manhood? Would you?
No, because I think deep down inside she knows that he's about to leave her for Carl or who did I say, Clyde? She's going to take that chance. She's going to keep her job and get her an extra degree.
So then let me ask you this question, right? So then so let me ask women, so ladies, this is what I really want to know. What do you need him for? If you're going to be doing all this working and all this stuff and you can't depend on in a relationship, then why lay down with a person with a loaded penis? Someone who's going to shoot 2 twins up into you. Why do it?
Well, just like she is his beard, he is her baby daddy husband. Like, he validates her so she don't look like a single mother.
Oh, okay. So then you get that validation. So he gets the beard. You get the validation of, I'm not a total sinner. I did something right because I got someone to marry me.
Right.
That you know what, that actually, I can see how something like that could make sense. I can see. But that's really going off of the premise that this person, because we don't really know. There are some men who have feminine qualities, but they're not bi or gay. They just a little effeminate.
Right. He's not pretty enough as a man to get the type of man he wants to get, so he's gonna use her to bob the bill.
You know something. Shira, you are a mess. This is my first time speaking to you, and you are a mess. You're a mess. So he's not pretty enough to get the type of man that he would want. But they call men like him bears, like teddy bears. They're bears. So they have the twinks and they have the bears. So he could probably be like a bear. He's fluffy, got the beard and everything. He's a big queen. So maybe, we never know. You know what I mean? Because some men actually go for that. Mm-hmm.
She gets that degree and starts making more money. He can go get his beard tightened up. He can go get, he can get the gym membership.
You are just a mess. You're just a mess. Aren't you afraid of the backlash from these people? Well, you talking so bad about these folks. Aren't you afraid of the backlash?
I'm not afraid of the truth.
But how do we know that this is the truth, though, Shira, for real? How do we know? How do we know that Mr. Sassy? How do we know Mr. Sassy Pants is interested?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Would you bet your life that he was straight?
Why would I put my life on the damn line? I ain't betting my life on somebody penis or anus. So no. Because you know what? Listen. You're awful, because I'll say this, because you can't tell from a person's outward. I wouldn't bet on anyone I wouldn't bet my life on somebody else's sexuality, because you really can't tell from, from a person's outward appearance or mannerisms whether or not they are, which team they're batting for. You don't know. You cannot, because there are some hard men. So let me ask you this question. If there are hard men out there who are gay, is it not possible that there's some soft men out there that are straight?
I wouldn't bet my life on any man. So, because with the right amount of alcohol and the right lighting, they all might do something.
With the right amount of alcohol and the right lighting, Lord have mercy. Lord, you know something, I can't with you. So any final statements that you want to put out there? Because you said that you wanted to call in earlier. What is it that you just wanted to talk about this man being a possible closeted HO? Is that what you wanted to talk about, Shira?
Actually want to tell the lady that she was too pretty to be with him.
Oh.
She has potential, and that she's smarter than that. And like, why is she letting this dusty dude talk for her? And why is he sitting there if he's not doing anything for her?
Well, you did hear he works for FedEx 6 to 7 times a week, or 6 to 7 days a week. So he does say that he's doing something. She says she hasn't shopped in years, so he does the shopping. He's working at FedEx, so that she did say he was doing something.
Still, I mean, he's doing something, but it's not enough if she still have to work while she's pregnant with twins. I mean, something ain't everything. He got one job.
Yeah.
Provide.
Yeah, that is true. No, I feel you on that. I feel you. People are saying that FedEx money is not really big money. I don't know how much FedEx pay, so I don't know. I would
be embarrassed if someone just, put my information out there like that. Like, I'm proud of my wife for being a mule, and here's her in this red dress, killing it or whatever. I would be embarrassed if my husband put my picture up there like that. I would be like, you better take that down, and don't be telling people our business, because I would be embarrassed that I was still working.
Well, let me ask you this question, because according to the woman is saying that she chooses because she wants to work. She wants to work, she wants to be able to have her own, etc. So if there is a woman who has been conditioned by her mother and her mother's mother, etc., to work and make sure that you have your own, make sure that you're independent, what can a husband say to that woman that can get her to stop working?
Got you, and you don't have to work anymore. Let me do this work. But I feel that since he called her out on having a child by another man towards the end,
yeah,
that's probably why she still works. She don't want him trying to pay for another man's child because she fears he's going to leave, like the other one did.
Oh, you know what?
She probably.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
I think she probably fears that if she doesn't take care of her and her child, that he will leave or find them to be a burden. So she keeps her job and goes to school full time because she's not trusting him to be the provider, father, or stepfather that he claims he is.
Yeah. You know what? And you know what? And this is actually good food for thought, because she does have a child. We don't know what happened with the first child situation. So the first man is apparently not in the picture. So she's already been through the whatever. You know what I mean? She's been through the single mother thing. So who knows whether or not whether or not she feels like this second one is really truly going to be there. That's excellent food for thought, because it's not like she hasn't already been through it already. So I appreciate that. So someone is saying that he is in the picture. Yes. So the first child's father is in the picture. Yes, because Mr. Delivered, that she gets the daughter's stuff ready for when the father is going to pick up the child, etc., and spend the weekend or whatever for his visits. So she's working. Part of getting the house together is getting the child together for the visits, etc. So he is in the picture. However, she is still. So we really don't know what her mentality is about security, especially since she's going to be pregnant, and now she's going to have 3 kids. So there's a bigger gamble there, because she's going to have 3 kids, and we really don't know whether or not, the second, we really don't know, because she knew him for a little more than a year, if that, before she got pregnant. So how much do you really know a person in a year? You know what I mean? So what are your thoughts on that?
Exactly. My thoughts are she doesn't trust him. She doesn't know him long enough. And she's preparing to be a single mother for 3 kids, which is why she's trying to get her degree and keep her full-time job, because she knows by experience that she can't trust a man to be there for his children, obviously. So she's not going to quit her job. She's not going to look to Mr. Delivered to deliver them. So she's going to just deliver herself and her twins and hope for the best.
Yeah. You know what? That is excellent food for thought. So thank you. I really appreciate you calling in. Thank you. And so for everybody out there, we're talking to a vlogger by the name of Shira7. I'm not familiar with your content, so what types of videos do you specialize in?
I specialize in not dating Dusty and leveling up and putting yourself first and having high standards.
Okay. So where can people find your stuff?
I'm on YouTube, Shira71, and you can find my fan club page on Facebook, Shira71.
Okay, and that's Shira, which is Shera. So Shira. All right. Well, you know what? Listen, we appreciate you calling in. You've given us some food for thought. I would love to stay on here forever, but we do have to bring the broadcast. And so, Shira, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you.
You're welcome. Maybe we can do it again one day.
Yeah, you know what? Since you're on Facebook, we should definitely collaborate. I'm going to check out some of your videos and see, because I imagine if we have some of the same fans, that our message is. Are you a knockout? How long have you been watching?
I was watching your channel since you were in New York.
Oh, a few weeks ago or a few months ago?
Like years ago.
Oh, from way back in the days. So the original. So are you a lovebird or are you a knockout?
I didn't really classify. I was trying to start my own channel, and I was watching. Someone sent me a video of you where you had some roses, and somebody was talking about bringing roses on the first date, and I was saying it was too much.
Oh, okay.
I think that was one of your video topics. Like, it was too much.
So you're a lovebird then. You're a lovebird. Oh my goodness. 2012, 2011, 2012 area. All right, because I remember that. And yes. So thank you. So you know what? Maybe we can collaborate since you're on Facebook. But my signal wasn't really working very well for the Facebooks yesterday. But we'll see. We can give it a test and we can talk. And then you know what? Just contact me. Go to my website, TonyaTko.com. Contact me, and we'll set something up. All right.
Okay, I'll do that. Maybe we can come up with a topic.
I'm sure that won't be hard to do. All right, everybody. So thank you so much. And I will see you all in the next video. Shira, thank you for calling in. Thank you for having people come over to the broadcast. Thank you. I love you all very much. So thank you. All right. So listen, everybody, we've gone for 2 hours. Stay dust free. Lord have mercy. You all are something else out there. So I appreciate all of you coming through. I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you hashing the topic out. We didn't get to all callers, but we have 500 people on the broadcast. And so listen, we still have 427 people there. So go ahead and throw up those thumbs up before you leave this broadcast. And remember, I have the book of affirmations, self-love on my website. And workbook where you get to rewrite your subconscious programming, and you get to rewrite your subconscious programming and reattune yourself for love, for abundance, for attracting high vibrational relation, for staying dust free in your life. So you can get, when you order this on my website, I autograph it for you. You can also get this on Amazon, and they're shipping it out on Prime. So there's different pros to ordering it either way. So I appreciate you all coming out. We went over, so we've been broadcasting for 2 hours. Plus we had the 2-hour premiere earlier today. So it is time for me to go jump in the shower and go wash off some of the dust that may have inadvertently blew on me from that premiere earlier today. You all are too much. I appreciate you all coming out. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and say good night, everybody. Hit those thumbs up on your way out. The thumbs up matter for the YouTube algorithm. If you would like a free MP3, a free hypnotherapeutic MP3, go on over to my website, TonyaTko.com, which is TONYATKO. When you get the MP3, it's a relax MP3, which will help you relax. You know, if you got a lot going on, if you're feeling stressors, etc., you can listen to this MP3. It's complimentary, and you get it in exchange for joining my mailing list. So do that, and I will see you all in the next video. So thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. All right. Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night, good night. And keep sending me those topics. Keep sending me the topics. Keep sending me the videos. Do that. I appreciate all of you. Yes, thank you, Sharky. Make sure that you all get my book, which is on my website, the Book of Affirmations, Self-Love. This is going to be available in luxury spas across the United States. Big hotels, too. Nice, wonderful 5-star hotels like the Waldorf Astoria. It's going to be all over the U.S. So thank you all. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night. I send them via mail, so it is a physical book because you have to physically write the affirmations. And so I send it via mail. I send it through the post office. Amazon, I believe they're sending theirs UPS, however they're doing it, but they're getting it to you with Prime, which in some places is overnight, in other places is 2 days. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you all for coming out and providing food for thought and insight. All right, everybody, have a dust-free night. I cannot. I cannot. You all are too much. You all are too much. All right, good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night.